Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Many of you know that I recently moved into a new condominium. I'm going to go over some costs involved in the move, some costs that you might have in the future in your moves, and also some of the issues and problems I ran into. Whether you're moving into a new place, brand new, or a used place, you're bound to have some types of issues that that are going to cost you a little money or cost somebody some money. Maybe your landlord will pitch in and help out. I'm going to let this video play of my walkthrough the condominium while I go over some of the costs and the issues. The Philippines is pretty much a cash society, and many places, but not all, will require your first month's rent. In this case, it's 20,000 per month, and 2 months deposit, which is 40,000. That's 60,000 pesos I had to pay before I moved in, or about 1,200 US dollars. The last two places I've rented at, I only had to put 1 month deposit down, so that helped out. And I haven't had any issues getting my deposit back. Uh, I've rented from 2 Australians and 1 Filipina. The transportation for the move cost me 1,422 pesos, about $28.44. I just moved across town, not that far really. We were going to set up, we're going to try to get somebody with a jeepney or a van or something to help us move. That never panned out. Same thing the last time I moved also. I was told that my friends had someone, the landlord actually, said they had somebody who could supply a jeepney, and that never happened. So they took one load over in their car, and then I took a number of taxi rides over. And this amount I just quoted actually ended up being, over the course of about 4 days, ended up being about 11 different taxi rides. And I'll show you what I used to move most of my stuff. I probably have about 10 S&R bags. I have a couple that are insulated for refrigerated and frozen goods, or anything else for that matter, and several others. They're very sturdy, and we packed them down with, had a lot of food because we didn't eat up a lot of the food, clothing, gadgets, just load those things up, and we would take about 5 of those, sometimes 6 of those, in each taxi ride over, empty them out, go back, and get another load. I think they cost me $1 or $2 when I was at the S&R store. You're looking at about the only piece of furniture I have, that metal frame, aluminum metal frame, shelving. Bought that. That's half. The other half's in the bedroom. And bought that when I first came here about 4 years ago. And there is my sauerkraut going into week 2. I bought 3 LED lights and the cords that go with them. I had extension cords, and then I bought the double-sided sticky tape also to mount them, and that ended up costing me 2,207 or $44 US and 14 cents. And although they did put some brighter bulbs, there's one bulb in the center of each room basically. It really isn't sufficient for me. My eyes aren't quite as good. I like light where I'm working, above the bathroom sink, under the counter where you're working on the kitchen counter, and in the bedroom. And they are easy to take down and take with me. That sided tape that I had, double-sided tape, comes off very easily. Another issue and small cost, at least initially, this bathtub here, you can see all the way around the edge, there's a big gap between the wall and the bathtub, and that's just kind of sitting in there. And water gets in there. When we got in here, it had been cleaned, but hadn't been cleaned that well. Still hair and stuff along that gap there. When you take a shower, water gets in there. You can hear the water dripping, and not down the drain. It's dripping underneath. This condo is about 4 years old, so I cringe at the thought of what is underneath that bathtub if you were to lift that up out of there, all the gunk and hair and whatever that's under there. Anyway, I couldn't find proper molding. I'm still looking for that. I did find a temporary solution. And I looked through a couple of stores, hardware stores, Ace Hardware, and tried to figure out some kind of temporary solution. Anyway, I bought this vinyl shelf wrap and cut the strips and laid it in there, and that is doing the trick until I find the proper molding. Another option for transportation is to track somebody down like this, or somebody with a bigger vehicle, talk to him, and they were a moving operation basically, and I would need something a little bigger than that, or that would take 3 or 4 trips as well, I think. But anyway, he said for 1,000 pesos, 20 US dollars, you could use that vehicle, and I think him as the driver for the day. Now, if you want labor, I think that would be up and above that. You could rent a jeepney, ask around. Filipinos are very well networked, and they know somebody, trust me, they know somebody with a jeepney who will rent it out to you for the day, half a day, depending upon where you're at, maybe 500 pesos, maybe 1,000 or somewhere in between. And there are also places you can rent vehicles. In the bigger cities, it's easier than out in the province, out in the country. About this information, so so a Toyota Wigo.
It's 999 per day for hours.
Manual transmission.
Yes, sir.
Do you offer the automatic also?
Yes, sir. Which
Okay.
is 1,199 per day.
Okay, a little bit more. And Toyota Vios, how many passenger?
Yes, sir. It has 5 capacities, sir, including the driver.
Oh, 5? Okay. And Innova, that's the minivan.
Yes, sir.
2,399 per day. Do you have a discount if I get it by the week?
Yes, last 200 per day.
Huh?
Last 200 per day, sir.
Less 200 per day.
Yes, sir.
And where do you pick the car up?
Here.
You pick it up here?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Parking lot.
Okay.
Across Vikings.
What do you require if I want to?
Your passport and international driver's license, sir. Your passport, sir. And only photocopy.
A
And
photocopy of your passport?
Yes.
Which pages? The main page and the stamp?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if I have a U.S. or Australian or British driver's license, is that okay?
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Okay, any
When you arrive in the Philippines, sir.
Okay, and then is insurance extra or is that included?
Yes, sir. But you still have to pay the participation fee if there is a damage when you return the car.
Okay, how much is that?
15,000, sir. Security deposit. It will be refunded if there is no.
Oh, 15,000 peso.
For this Innova, 15,000 security deposit. And
15 or 50?
15,000, sir.
1.5.
Yes, sir. And for this one, sir, it's 5,000.
5,000 security deposit.
Yes, sir.
And can I put that on the credit card also?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how much notice do you need if I say I want the car? How long does it take right now?
More or less, sir, 1 week. You still have to reserve a car, sir.
Okay.
In advance.
Reserve it 1 week in advance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. There are a number of rental companies in Cebu City area. If you get a bigger vehicle, how big does it have to be before you need a commercial license? I don't know the answer. Also did a online web search for moving companies in the Philippines. And there are a number of sites that will help you find moving companies. I could not get this first link to come up. This link provide me with some information. If you're moving to the Philippines from the United States, there are a lot of logistical things you have to deal with. Customs, are you going to ship a container? I know a couple of expats, subscribers who have or will be shipping containers of furniture and their personal belongings here. Another one, local moving services, Philippines, warehousing. You might have to warehouse that for a while in the city. If you're moving enough stuff, you might want to rent a container and have it shipped locally. And if you're going to another island, of course, you're going to be using a ferry service as well. So all that logistics can be handled by a logistics company moving to or from the Philippines. So there's a number of links there that you can start searching. I would also be interested to hear from any of you out there who have had this experience where you have moved a number of goods. I know that there are a number of visa categories where you're allowed custom free to move in one movement, I think. Move household goods, move a vehicle without paying customs duties. And if any of you have more specific information or experience doing that, certainly would be interesting to me and many of the other people watching this video, I think. And one other issue I have is that there seems to be a lack of electrical outlets at places you would expect electrical outlets. In my living dining area, right off the kitchen, there's two walls with no electrical outlets. So if you need electrical appliance or a light there, the only thing you can do is run a long extension cord. Don't know why they would plan anything like that. My observation has been that many of the older condominiums, 8, 9, 10 years old or older, have many more outlets built in, constructed in, than the newer ones. And I just really don't understand the planning behind that. If that is a construction issue, they just didn't put them where they should have to save money, or if it was a design issue, probably. One nice thing is that on the second level there is a bar and restaurant, a bar that serves some food with lots of outdoor seating as well as indoor air conditioned. They have pool, billiards inside, and they have a spa on that level too. And down below they have a salon, hair salon, beauty salon type place. Second level, they also have a new Chinese restaurant going in, Chong King Chinese hot pot restaurant. And I've been to Chongqing in China many, many years ago, and it's one of the biggest cities in the world that nobody's ever heard of. About 35 plus million people in that metropolitan area. And that's the crew there from Chongqing restaurant, and I believe they'll probably open by the time you see this video here at Queensland Manor condominium between Ayala Mall and Mango Square area. It's closer to Mango Square on Raman Street. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at. And I'll see you next time.